This year, we are not eating the same old greens and black eyed peas. I got an amazing casserole for you that's perfect for your New Year's meal. So here I have some cornmeal, some salt, and some flour. We're going to get started on cornbread for this. Now you can use store-bought if you'd like. You can use whatever your favorite recipe is, but I'll also include mine as well. There's a little bit of sugar in here that I just got in. It's not really sweet, but just a little balance of flavors. I have some vegetable oil going in as well. Now for the milk, I just have some regular whole milk here, but if you have any buttermilk laying around for the holidays, feel free to get that in. It would be absolutely delicious. And then I have 3 eggs. Of course, don't worry about any of the measurements. I will link everything in the description. I have my oven already preheated and my cast iron skillet with some oil hot and ready. Get that cornbread mixture into my hot pan. So you will see this sizzle. Like I said, I already had this pan preheated. You could also cook this in another 9 by 13 pan and make that easier on yourself. But moving along to the filling part of this casserole. Now here I have a small head of cabbage that I'm just going to get shredded up. Now I know for New Year's here in the South for sure, our tradition is to have greens and black eyed peas as just some symbol of prosperity. I love keeping these traditions with my family. They actually look forward to it. But I did wanted to do a little change up this year. I usually just go with some greens and some fresh black eyed peas, and I'll go ahead and share my recipe here. But keeping with that tradition and those flavors, doing it in a new way has been fun, and I wanted to share it here with you. Now, I don't normally shred my cabbage when I am making like a sauteed or a braised cabbage, but it does work perfect for this casserole. It's just easier to get your pieces out, more uniform pieces to go through this. Now here I have a large onion. I'm just going to get this chopped. This doesn't have to be a perfect dice. It's just going to be sauteed with that cabbage in just a moment. I also have some garlic over to the side here. We'll get a few cloves of that going into the cabbage as well. Now over to the stove, I have some sausage that I've ground up here. I have some Italian sausage, but you could use breakfast sausage, whatever your favorite is here. I am just going to pull this out with a slotted spoon so I can leave some of the oil so I can saute my vegetables on the next step. In my reserved oil here, I'm just going to go ahead and get in that onion, and then I'll also get in a few cloves of garlic here. The garlic press is my favorite thing right now. I've mentioned alongside with my gravity pepper meal. I'll link both of them below. But I'm just going to let this cook maybe 3 to 5 minutes to get a little soft before getting that cabbage in. Now that this is cooked down, we'll get that shredded cabbage in. You may have to let it cook for a couple of moments, just depending on what side pan you have, just until it can you can fit everything in. But I will let this cook for several minutes here, just until almost cooked, not fully cooked through, maybe about halfway, until it looks kind of like this. Now when it gets to this point, I'm going to go ahead and add in my black eyed peas. Now I have just used canned black eyed peas today that I've drained. It ended up being 2 cans of black eyed peas. But if you use home black eyed peas, maybe leftover that you've made, you're looking for about 3 cups of peas. I also added the sausage back in, and we'll give this a good mix before getting our spices up next. First up for the spices, I have some smoked paprika. This adds a really unique, delicious flavor. And then also some cayenne for a little bit of kick. I'm going to add some pepper here, and I'm going to also salt this as well. Now I'm going to give this a little mix to get all those flavors combined. And then I also have some previous chicken stock that I had made, but you could buy some. You could use water and a bouillon. Just a little bit here. We don't want to go too far with the liquid because we don't want it to make our casserole runny. Now I'm also going to add some Cajun seasoning here, but you could just add salt. It's completely up to you. Now we have our beautiful cornbread that I have allowed to cool. I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of my cast iron skillet. You actually could bake this, like I said previous, in a 9 by 13 pan that you'll make this casserole in. That will make it easy cleanup as well. I just love cast iron and cornbread. I don't know, they just go together to me. So here I'm just gonna kind of break this apart. No, doesn't matter how you do this. I'm just crumbling this up. I have a 9 by 13 deep dish pan here that I have already buttered, and I am going to get half of that cornbread at the bottom of the pan here. The next step is going to be adding the cabbage, black eyed pea, and sausage mixture. Now I'm going to tell you, you could totally eat that mixture on its own with a side of cornbread or cornbread muffins. It's so delicious. But this casserole is just over the top. Now I am using my slotted spoon to pull everything out because what I don't want to do is take too much of that liquid. So I'm going to do all of my mixture here before getting the last of the cornbread on top. Now this casserole really is just a unique canvas. You could add things like corn here. You could add cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soup. It would just absolutely be delicious. So the last step I'm going to do is top this with some shredded cheese and then get this back in the oven. And here's that delicious black eyed peas and cabbage casserole. Perfect for your New Year's tradition table. Happy New Year, family, and happy cooking.